Hello and welcome back. It's been a while since I've seen you guys from this arena, but welcome to Helping You Through. And I thank you on today for your time and your attention. And we're going to talk about a very important subject. We're going to talk about a very important subject on today. We're going to talk about mental health awareness. I know it's been a while since you guys see me from this aspect, but I am Teresa Scott, your host, your segment speaker, international speaker, motivational consultant, and life coach. And I am just so excited to be here on today because today's topic is a topic that nobody really there's a lot of people advocating for, but there's not enough people coming forth to say, you know what, I'm dealing with this, especially in our Black community. So we're going to touch bases on some points. And if you've ever watched any of my motivational speaking segments, you know that I always have points. So I have 5 points for you on today to touch bases on mental health awareness. So hopefully some of these points can help you and help maybe someone you know. So on today, let's get started. I am so excited to be back again. I've been in another arena. I've been in my ministerial arena, but I felt led to speak on this because this is the month that acknowledges mental health awareness. So I just felt led to speak on this subject because a lot of times especially we as Black people, we don't like to acknowledge that there's a problem going on up here. It's easy because it's been generationally handed down to us that we handle our problems a certain way. We don't seek counsel, we don't seek therapy, we don't seek psychiatry or things like that. But I'm here to help you on today to tell you that it's okay to seek professional help. There are so many things going on in life, so many things that are coming at you at one single time, and it's you're trying to juggle all of it, and it's not the easiest thing to do. So you want to equip your mind. It's okay to have somebody to pour into. That's what these professionals are for. And maybe that's not for you. Maybe you just need that one friend who you can confide in, or maybe you just need that one person, that trusted person, to listen to you. Sometimes it's just a matter of listening. But mental health awareness is an important thing, especially going on now, because 2020 has been a year that has taken a lot of people back. And I mean, 2020 has been a very crazy year and a very stressful year, a very overwhelming year. And you've had to adjust, you've had to tweak some things, you've had to you've had to you've you've had to do some things that were not necessarily part of your plan, and you had to know different strategies, and all that can be overwhelming, and it can be hard to deal with. You got this on your plate, you got that on your plate, now you're trying to figure out how to juggle it all. But I'm telling you on today, it's okay to not be okay. But it's not okay to not be okay. And so that's what we're going to talk about. Welcome to Helping You Through. And we're going to talk about mental health awareness. And my first point on today is acknowledging it. Especially as Black men, you're taught to be warriors. You're taught to be the problem solver, the head of the household. Men don't cry. Men don't break. Men don't seek counseling. Men don't inquire of therapists or psychiatrists because you're supposed to be able to handle everything in life. Well, that's a lie. Nobody is prone to handling everything in life. That's why there are such things as therapists and professional psychiatrists. It doesn't mean that you're like cuckoo crazy. It just means that you need help to unload some of those things that are up on you, and you need somebody to help you bear that load, or you need somebody to listen to what's going on with you. A lot of times we acquire a lot of things on our plate, And we don't have anybody to confide in or anybody to talk to or anybody to, hey, I took this on, but it's weighing down on me and I don't know how much more I can take of it. I made this business deal, but now it seems like it's compromising me. It's taking away things that were my peace and my joy. But you gotta know that it's okay. It's okay. So I want to talk to you on today about mental health awareness, acknowledging it. It's okay. Recognize there is a problem. Depression, chronic depression, never feeling like you fit in anywhere, always feeling like you gotta be perfect or that you gotta have all the answers. And eventually that stuff will begin to break you and it'll begin to take you out of a sense of reality. And now you don't even know who you are. You got to acknowledge it. You need to help. You need help. You need wise counsel to help you to juggle all of those things. Nobody is an island. It's okay. Men, it's okay to have somebody to talk to. It's okay to seek professional help to talk to, especially we as Black people. We've been taught from our generations, you don't tell what's going on in this house. I don't care how hard it is to bear. You don't tell, you don't talk about it. But what happens when you suppress it? And then you got all these characters coming out that are not healthy for you, and everybody is recognizing it except for you, and you don't recognize that you need help. And then you end up in a place, some people become suicidal. Some people get hooked on drugs or alcohol because they need a way of escape, because nobody ever taught them that it was okay to not be okay. And not just to not be okay, but it was okay to seek help. And then we create these generations of people who all they learn is how to suppress and not even deal with the situations at hand. Professional help means that you're no longer suppressing, you're just receiving more support to help deal. Some things you can't bear alone, so you need help. But I'm here to tell you on today that if you acknowledge it and you recognize that there is a problem, there is help available. You don't have to suffer alone. It's okay to not be okay. And that's my next point. It's okay. You are not alone. There are thousands and millions of people who suffer from mental awareness. Everybody's category is different. So some people think that, hey, I only experience this, but I don't experience that, so it's okay. That doesn't affect me. But eventually this will turn into that, and then you'll begin to realize that, hey, there's a problem going on here and I need some help. I'm talking about mental health awareness on today. Especially we as Black people, we're taught to just count it off in our families. We see people struggling and know they got mental issues, and we just say, oh, that's just the way that they is. That's just the way Uncle such and such is. That's just the way Aunt such and such is. Oh, they've been like that for a long time. They've been like that for a long time because nobody told them it was okay to not be okay and seek help. We're talking about mental health awareness. Do you know how many friends over my lifespan that I have lost through suicide? And I'm probably not the only one, because they just could not cope with life. And no matter how many people tried to tell, people just constantly told me, oh, you're going to be okay. No, it's not okay. But you can be okay. And then we got to take the right steps to get that person help. Because mental health awareness is getting ready to become the next #1 illness in America. COVID-19 has taken us through a loop. The coronavirus has re-altered everybody's life. And now what you were used to is no longer the way of life anymore. And some people are having a hard time coping with that. And they sink into a depression. And then they go into a place where their mind starts to deteriorate, and they're no longer thinking healthy. I'm talking about mental health awareness. And then we watch people slowly deteriorate. And they're walking right past us. They're talking to us every day. We're looking right in their faces and they're mentally deteriorating and they're scared to tell somebody because they feel like they might be judged or they might be called crazy or something wrong with her or you got to diagnose for them right away. Oh, that's the no. Mental health awareness. We need more education, especially in our Black communities. We want the best for our Black communities, but we won't give them what they need to be mentally strong. You can't walk through this life mentally weak, believing that you're going to be a success, because eventually you're going to crumble and you're going to fall. Do you know how many millionaires and billionaires have left this earth from suicide? They had everything they thought they needed, everything they thought they wanted, but up here wasn't sound. Because they had so much going on in their lives. They had so much money. Nobody paid attention to the fact that they were mentally tormented, that they were mentally deteriorating, that they were suppressed and depressed, and in a place that wasn't healthy. I'm talking about mental health awareness. And I just touched base on acknowledging it and recognizing it. And then the second point was, it's okay. You're not alone. You are not alone. They have groups that you can join. You can seek professional help. If you can afford professional help, you can seek it. If you can't afford professional help, there are services out there that will give you free help or low cost help. But you got to keep your mind healthy. And then my third point is, it's not okay to not be okay. Now that sounds like I'm contradicting myself, because I just said it's okay. You are not alone. It's okay to not be okay. You are not alone. But now I'm saying it's not okay to not be okay. Of course, it's not okay to not be okay. Because if you're not okay and nobody knows that you're not okay, then we end up losing a gift from this life, because you couldn't tell anybody that you were dealing with that. You're looked upon, especially if you're out front or if you're in the limelight, if you're a public person. People expect you to be perfect at all times. And the first time you miss, they tear you apart. And that could only add to your already mentally deteriorating mind, the thoughts that you're having, the things that antagonize you, that have become your reality. We're talking about mental health on awareness, but I'm telling you on today, it's okay. You can be okay if you just tell somebody. Because it's not okay to not be okay. It's not, we lose out on you when you're not okay. And then you can't tell anybody that you're not okay, especially men. Not just Black men, but men, because you're taught that you got to be strong for everybody. You got to be the head. You don't have time to be down or depressed, or you don't have time to try and come across the thoughts to come across your mind to make you think that you're not good enough, you're not a good provider, you're not this and you're not that. Everybody, man, woman, child, everybody have things that they fight in their mind. But a healthy mind overcomes. And it's okay. Because all the time you can't have a healthy mind. But if there's somebody there that can help you, then there's help available. So it's not okay to not be okay, especially if you're not telling somebody you're not okay. You are not alone. You don't have to suffer in quiet. How many families have lost fathers? How many families have lost mothers, grandmothers, sisters, brothers, because life just became too much for them to cope with? And they couldn't tell anybody, because in your family there's a certain stigma. Oh, you're proven to be weak if you don't if you let the cares of this life weigh you down, or if you let the problems of life, you're supposed to be perfect. And that's not always true. Nobody is absolutely perfect. It's okay to not be okay. We're talking about mental health awareness. Your mind is your battleground. It's where you're either defeated or you're either successful. And if it's not processing healthy thoughts or healthy ideals, then you're going to lean to the side that's defeated. It's okay to not be okay. Seek help. Talk to someone trusted. Tell somebody what you're going through. Tell somebody, hey, I thought I could take this on. I thought I could do this, and I still feel like I could do it, but it's becoming so much to me. It's weighing down on me so tough. I don't know what else to do. It's not okay to not be okay. We're talking about mental health awareness. There are so many people advocating for mental health awareness, and that's because it's becoming the #1 leading disease that leads to death. And most of the times it's because of suicide. And what about 2020? Look how 2020, you got people that have left here that you would have never thought that 2020 would have been their year to leave this earth, to transition into death. And that can be an overwhelming process. And it can take you spiraling into a place that you really don't want to go. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to grieve. But it's not okay to not be okay. You don't have to suffer in silence. You don't have to suffer alone. Talk to somebody. Tell somebody, hey, I lost this person and it's becoming hard for me to deal with. And I'm trying to hold it all in. And yet you snapping and you breaking and people trying to figure out what's wrong with you. Because it's becoming too much for you and you need help. You're drinking it away. You're drugging it away. You're finding other habits that are only deteriorating you even more. We're talking about mental health awareness on today. There is help available. You don't have to suffer alone. Let me go back over those points. Acknowledge it. It's okay to acknowledge it. The strong acknowledge their weaknesses, the weaknesses that they know would defeat them. And then they recognize the strength of the person who can help them bear that load. It's okay. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not the only one that suffers with it. Millions of people suffer with mental depression that leads to deteriorating mental health disorders. It's not okay to not be okay. It's not okay for you to not be okay. Talk to somebody. Talk to someone trusted. Don't put your business in the ear of somebody who can't handle it, because they'll only make your matters worse, and then you'll fall into even deeper depression, and now you find yourself feeling like you're being judged by everybody. Find you someone trusted. And last but not least, seek professional help. We, as Black people, we refuse to seek help, professional help, because we feel like we don't need it, because we've been taught you're strong people. You got to bear those loads and you got to take life up and you got to square up. And no, it's okay. It's okay to seek professional help, especially if you're in an arena where your job is demanding. They expect you to be perfect all the time. Nobody is perfect all the time. You got to allow room for mistakes. You got to allow room for setbacks. You got to allow room for defeats, for failures, because all those things cause you to be the person that you need to be. If those things take you back, if they set you back into a mental depression, that you need some mental health awareness. You need to talk to somebody. Hey, I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing, but this happened and this happened and then this happened and I didn't expect it to happen, and now I'm having a hard time dealing with it. And I need some help. We're talking about mental health awareness. Seek help, professional help. Find somebody you can talk to, and maybe they can direct you to somebody who can give you professional help. Don't suffer alone. You got to If you want to be successful in life, the first thing you got to get rid of is what people think about you. You know, that's probably one of the leading causes of mental depression, because we are so worried about what people think about us, what they think about our ideals, what they think about how we look, the way we do things. And even having money doesn't negate you from being in the scrutiny of people. That gives them even more leeway to talk about you, and especially if you're a rich person, because now you can't make any mistakes, because they gonna feel like they have the right to judge you. Now, well, if you're so smart and you got all that money, why would you do something like that? Because everybody in life makes mistakes. There is nobody perfect. And we're talking about mental health awareness. You got to learn how to use your mind to process unhealthy things in a healthy way. Let people go who only bring you down. Learn how to be talked about. Learn how you can use that those negative things and turn it into something positive. Maybe they're saying what they're saying about you. Maybe there's some validity to it. Maybe there's some truth to it. You're not perfect. Nobody is perfect. The person who thinks he's perfect is the person that's already failed in life, because you're going to think that you're not a person who can be talked about. You're not a person who can be rejected. You're not a person, because you believe that you are perfect. Somebody told you were perfect, and you're not perfect. We all make mistakes, but it's how you come back from those mistakes. It's how you allow your mind to process those things. For example, a person who can't process it in a healthy way, that's a person that needs help. Because if you fail and somebody tells you that you fail, then that's what you feel like you are, a failure. But that's not necessarily true. That's the way you're taking it here. But if you take it and you turn it and you process it into a healthy thought, okay, I failed, I made that mistake, but now this is an opportunity for me to learn from that failure and learn from that mistake and build better up on what I'm trying to do. You gotta be, and sometimes it's hard to do that. So sometimes you need counsel, or you need help, or you need professional help. Life is hard enough as it is. And when you can't process things in a healthy way, it makes life even harder. And then you slip into a place where you can't be helped. And then eventually there is no help for you. And that's the thought that you have, like, nobody can help me. And now you have these thoughts that you don't even need to exist anymore. And that's a lie. That is a lie. You are here because you were designed to exist. If you weren't designed to exist, you would not be here. You would have not been here in the first place. You need to be able to take your thoughts and process them healthy. Mental health awareness is so important. You got family that's suffering right now in your family secretly, and they can't even tell you because they know that part of your family is so judgmental. For years they've been calling you crazy, and you probably not crazy. Life has just probably been so hard on you, you haven't figured out how to process it all, and you're suppressing things. And now it's coming out in your character. Now it's coming out in the way you do things. Now you're building walls and nobody can get in. And now your reactions are not healthy. Your thoughts are not healthy. And the way you respond to certain things are not healthy. We're talking about mental health awareness on today. Men, especially you. A strong man is a man who can acknowledge that, hey, I got some weaknesses and I need help with them. A strong woman is a woman who can acknowledge, hey, I got some weaknesses and I need help with them. I know I've been tripping lately, but I got a lot of stuff going on, and everybody's expecting me to be perfect in it and to do the right things, and sometimes I want to do the right things and I don't always know how to do the right things, and I make mistakes and I need help, and nobody wants to hear that you need help because they expect you to be perfect. Get their expectations out of your life and get you some healthy expectations. I am not perfect, but I am strong. And when I fail or I fall or I'm weak, I know it's only a teaching moment to help me be stronger. I'm working towards perfection, but I am not perfect. We're talking about mental health awareness on today, and I am so elated to be able to even speak on this topic because everybody knows somebody, whether it's in your family, whether it's in your friendship circle, whether it's in your community or your job. Everybody knows somebody that has lost somebody because of mental illness. And it starts off like a small thing, and then it grows and then it grows. And you, most of the time, you didn't even know that they had that problem until the end result: suicide, hospitalization, injuries that they can't come back from. And then you're trying to figure out, how for so long did you not know? We're talking about mental health awareness on today. And I believe that it is so important for us to be informed, for us to be educated, for us to know that there is a place for us, especially among Black people. Get rid of those stereotypic generational ideals that have been handed down to you, that you're not supposed to seek help, that it's not okay. You don't take your family business out into the streets. That's why you probably acting so crazy now, because you've been suppressing so many things that have happened in your family and you have yet to figure out how to deal with it. So now you're suppressing it, and it's coming out in your character, it's coming out in your attitude. You're angry all the time, you're snapping at people, and people have dealt with you for so long, and yet you're the only one that don't realize that there's a problem. We got to get rid of those mentalities. I'm not saying go out and tell your business to everybody, but I'm saying find you a trusted source that can help you. To suppression and dealing with something is two different things. Suppression will only lead to sickness, anger, bad attitudes, character flaws, because you're not dealing with the initial problem. You're only suppressing it. And when you suppress it, you put it off to the back of your mind like it never happened, because they tell you, shh, don't tell. But you got to learn how to take those things and work it for your good. You got to learn how to take those things and let it build your story. There's somebody that needs what you've been through. There's somebody that's going through what you're going through, and you're trying to break, and there's a breaking point for you to get through it so that you could help somebody else. I'm telling you, it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. We got to get our minds together. You cannot be defeated in your mind. It's one of the most saddening things is to know that there was help available and you didn't know that there was help available, and you suffered for so long until the point where you just couldn't take it, and now you're not even here anymore to receive that help. And now you leave another generation with suppressed feelings and anger and bitterness and a lack of understanding. Mental health awareness. We want to breed healthy generations. Whether you Black, white, I don't care what color you are. I don't care what ethnicity you are. We want to breed healthy generations, and healthy generations start with healthy minds. There's a scripture, I'm not in my ministry segment, but I go there sometimes. But there's a scripture in the Bible that says, so a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And I know you got to read the first and the last paragraphs before that, but just that scripture alone tells you whatever you're thinking in your heart, that's who you are. If you think that you're a failure, then you're a failure. If you believe that you're successful, then you're successful. But believing you're successful doesn't mean that you won't make mistakes or that you won't have failures or that there won't be some setbacks or some disappointments. Life is full of those things. They'll either make you or they'll break you. But you got to build your mind to know that you don't have to be defeated, because defeat starts here first. So we're talking about mental health awareness. And if you're just tuning in, I thank you for your listening ears. For number one, acknowledge it. Recognize there is a problem. Number two, it's okay. You are not alone. You are not the only one. Number three, it's not okay to not be okay. You don't have to suffer in quiet. Number four, talk to someone trusted. Number five, seek help. Professional help. It's okay. And if you're worried about what everybody think, you don't even have to tell people you seeking professional help. Now it's common to have a therapist, especially if you're well to do or you're well known. Everybody has a therapist. And it doesn't negate you if you're not in the tax bracket of somebody else is in. Because there are low-cost services, there are free services. You got to do whatever you got to do to get your mind into the place to help you to be the person you need to be. If you're a strong person, be a strong person. It doesn't mean you won't have weak moments. If you're a perfect person, not saying that anybody is perfect, but a perfect person knows how to make mistakes and come back from those mistakes. You need to have a sound mind to do those things. Don't let anybody just put anything into your head. There are stereotypic things and things we have heard from the childhood that still haunt people to this day. And the reason they can't be the success that they need to be because they're still hearing those voices. And you need help. Talk to somebody. It's okay to seek professional help. And that concludes my segment on mental health awareness on today. I hope that I said something to encourage you on today. I am expanding my business, my motivational business, and my life coaching business. If you are interested in motivational speaking segments, or if you are looking for a life coach, somebody to help you through life, to tell you, hey, get up and do it. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. You don't believe that. That's your thought. Take that unhealthy thought. If you're looking for somebody, if you need that extra help, I am available. If you need information, whatever information you need from me, you can inbox me on my Facebook page, Teresa L. Scott. I am a motivational speaker, consultant, and a life coach. So if you're in the business of looking for someone to help you succeed in life, inbox me and I'll give you the information you need. Also, I am looking for potential people who have the gift of being motivational speakers or life coaches. If that's you, inbox me as well. I have information for you as well. You never know that gift that's on the inside of you that's there to help somebody else. You never know whose life you can save or whose business you can save or who you can help to succeed in life. Your success comes from the success of others. And I just thank you on today for watching. So if you are interested and you need that information, inbox me. If you're serious, inbox me. And I will send you the information you need on how to get in touch with me and all that wonderful stuff. So I thank you on today for tuning in. I truly hope that I said something to encourage you, to strengthen you, to know that you are not alone, that you don't have to deal with things all by yourself, that it's okay to not be okay, and that you can be strong in your mind. You don't have to take everything negative in and let it stay there. You take it in and then you let it out. And I just thank you on today for your listening ears. Once again, you can inbox me at Teresa L. Scott. And I will be doing more segments as the time goes on, as well as you can catch me also in my ministry segments as well. 11 o'clock on Sundays is 7:30 as well on selected Sundays. So But if that's not the arena for you and you just looking for somebody to motivationally encourage you, or a life coach to help you maneuver through life when things get too hectic or too weighed down for you, then inbox me and I will give you the information that you're looking for. I thank you once again on today, and I hope that you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you on the next segment, helping you through. Have a good day.